With us on Real Wealth TV today is someone I really admire. He is currently the principal of Barilla Law, an excellent lawyer, Gaetano Barilla. Welcome, Gaetano.
Thanks for having me, Roberto.
Thanks for getting time out of your busy schedule and be with us here today.
Yeah.
In behalf of our viewers, could you just share a little bit about yourself and how your personal journey into the legal profession came about?
You know, it's a question I often get asked, and I wish I had taken a more traditional route to the practice of law, but mine was a little bit more of an untraditional one. I originally started studying financial accounting because it really interested me, and my older cousins are chartered accountants, so I wanted to follow in their footsteps. I found over time that although I enjoyed financial accounting, I wanted to be interacting with people a little bit more. But I was still passionate about the business world, and I asked myself, how could I assist and interact with people but still be tied to the business world? And I thought about going to law school, and I studied corporate commercial law and real estate law, and 8 years later, here we are.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing, Gaetano. With the current stock market environment, a lot of people are looking for alternative investments. One such investment that's having a reemergence is syndicated mortgage investments. Could you tell our viewers the legal description of what a syndicate mortgage investment is?
If you were to Google the definition of syndicate mortgage, most likely you'd end up on the Law Society of Upper Canada's website. And you'd find a definition there for syndicate mortgage, and they define it as a mortgage having more than one lender or investor. And the way it really works in plain English is that multiple investors or lenders come together to create one mortgage. So if you actually took a look at the mortgage on a title search, you'd find one mortgage administrator, and I can tell you a little bit more about what that is as well. But you'd see it look a lot like a private mortgage. You'd see the one mortgage administrator, and that mortgage administrator acts on behalf of all of the lenders who have aggregated or pooled together their money to lend the borrower X number of dollars.
Thank you. It's actually a very succinct and simple definition, Gaetano. For those who are interested in investing in these types of investments, how can one protect themselves legally?
I often say that there's no replacement for sound legal advice. So if you're an investor potentially thinking about investing in a syndicate mortgage, you absolutely need to make sure that you speak to a lawyer and get independent legal advice. You want to make sure that you pick up or your lawyer receives a disclosure package, and that disclosure package would have a number of documents in there. One of the key ones is you want to make sure that there's either a trust declaration or a mortgage administrator's agreement. And that mortgage administrator's agreement is where the individual lenders appoint or elect a mortgage administrator. And that mortgage administrator is there really for convenience purposes and acts on behalf of the investors. It assists with administering the mortgage itself, dealing with the actual borrower and their lawyer, and it also does many administrative duties such as cut interest checks back to the investors.
Okay. You mentioned independent legal advice. Mm-hmm. You mentioned mortgage administration. Now, in the area of legal paperwork, mm-hmm. more particularly on the default provisions, mm-hmm. is there a difference from this particular group who's offering this opportunity to another group who's offering a different type of opportunity?
Yeah, I mean, for every investor, that default provision is obviously going to be relevant. The reason being, obviously, if you're an investor, you want to make sure you take a look at the default provision to know if the borrower goes into default, what is my recourse, what is my remedy, and how and when does it kick in? Obviously, that default provision can be tailored depending on the project and depending on the mortgage administrators. One of my clients, we recently recently have a much more aggressive version of the default provision that would call for investors to either call in the loan upon immediate default of the borrower, or where 51% of the investors voted in favor of commencing default provisions. So there's definitely a spectrum there. If you're less risk tolerant, you're going to be looking for that default provision to be a little bit more on the aggressive side.
If I'm an investor, I would rather have an aggressive default clause towards my favor.
Absolutely.
That's good. That's good. You've spoken about the mortgage administration, a robust default clause. Talk about security of the investment. Is there any safeguard there as well?
Yeah, with a syndicate mortgage, unlike potentially an investment you'd make in the stock market, is you've got a secured interest and a mortgage that's registered against property. You actually have something tangible that you can commence notice of sale proceedings or default proceedings, and when it boils down to in plain English is the investors could call in the loan. If the borrower can't repay the loan, they could take back the property and sell the property to get their money back out. Obviously, you don't have that with an investment that you'd make in the stock market. In revisiting the disclosure package, beyond that, you're also going to have some other documents in there that you would traditionally see in a syndicate mortgage disclosure package, such as an assignment of rents. So even if the purchaser or borrower or developer rents out the premises in terms of developing the property, any default that they would make would cause the tenants and the rent to be paid back to the mortgage administrator. As well, there would be a general security agreement whereby the borrower's assets in terms of their inventory, equipment would all be secured in favor of the investors and lenders as well.
Okay, I've got one more question on protection, actually, Gaetano. How about safeguarding, if I was an investor, safeguarding myself from potential conflicts of interest with the lawyer? How could one be protected with that one?
As an investor, you're going to have to get independent legal advice from your own legal counsel. The mortgage administrator will have its own lawyer, own solicitor, and each of the individual investors will need to seek independent legal advice from their own lawyers. And the lawyers would basically be assessing the risk for them, helping them understand really what they have signed up for. And it's important for you as an investor to read those materials, ask questions to your lawyers. One of the questions you may ask is, who's the borrower? Who's the building group? What experience does the mortgage administrator have, or the solicitor dealing with the mortgage administration have in handling these types of transactions? And make sure that you have an understanding of where that project is going and where your money is going.
Right. Yep. So it boils down to due diligence and just making the extra steps to ensure that you understand what you're investing and you know what your legal rights are.
Absolutely.
And lastly, Gaetano, if I was your cousin, an investor looking to invest, are there, aside from what you've shared, are there any other points that I should be aware of before investing?
I'll tell you what, Roberto, if you were my cousin, I'd ask you what you're doing on Saturday, because we've got a ton of filing for you to do at the office.
Yeah.
But I'd ask myself a few questions. Am I comfortable getting the independent legal advice, and can I get it? Am I comfortable being an investor or a lender where I don't have complete control? Because when you're an investor or a lender on a private mortgage and it's only you and the borrower, you have complete control here. And here is a situation where you're signing up with a mortgage administrator who will manage the mortgage for you. And most importantly is, do I understand the nature of the transaction? Do I understand where my money is going, and how is this transaction going to develop, and what are the benchmarks and some of the points that I'll see?
Thank you so much, Gaetano. You really enlightened us on syndicate mortgage investments, how to protect ourselves legally. Thank you for your time.
Thanks for having me, Roberto.
And sharing your expertise with the group. I wish you all the best in business and in life. In behalf of Real Wealth TV, Roberto Loren, I hope you enjoyed this episode.